So give us the rundown.
Uh,
How's your day gonna go from here?
oh,
You'll have to edit this, but it's kind of a slow day because I got to go to Klamath. I got 2 appointments there.
Pretend you don't have to go to the Pretend like this was any other day.
This is
probably get April and Smokey in, saddle them and lunge them around, play with them a little bit, and then get Summer and run her around and try and pet and love on her, and get Dude and try and pet and love on him. And then of course we rode May and Snort Friday, so probably won't ride them till tomorrow. They're going pretty good. So
What are the things that you guys try and accomplish during the day that helps in the long term for the time that a horse is here? Like what are the steps that each horse goes through?
it's small, just like bring them in each day and give them a little grain in the catch pen, so they have to do something. Take them from there and put them in individual pens while they're waiting to be worked with. Just so we do something with them every day. Sometimes just a matter of touching them and turn them back out of the little pen if things don't work out right. But just so they have contact every day. It's our main thing.
And how is their temperament compared to like other horses that you guys have?
They all vary. There's none of them that are the same. Some of them are just want to be your friend and want to be gentle. Some of them would just soon you didn't get anywhere around them, and some of them are just mean. The mean ones are way. We've only had one in the 3 years I've been here. That just he's not afraid of you. He just wants to hurt you. So we're not doing too much with him. He's just kind of standing around taking up time, but I don't know if he'd ever get any better. And we've gone, some of them you can tell the first time you bring them in the round pen and work them. I've had them let you touch them within 10, 15 minutes. Some of them takes a couple days. I've learned one thing: if you work them in the round pen too much, you will make them mad after a while. So you gotta kind of watch what their attitude is and not push them too far.
they do a lot better with baby steps than big, like quarter horses. You can put more into them in one day, and these Mustangs, little steps, more little steps than big steps.
It's like if you brought a horse to a trainer, you'd probably be riding and sliding in 30 days. These guys, when they come to us, it'll be 60 days before you'd be to that point. And when we say 60 days, some days it's just a little bit, some days it's a lot. Some days all they do is get in, get a little grain, and get turned back out. So we really don't have a set time, and it all works off what the horse wants to, how fast it wants to go.
Did you guys just get some new horses in?
No, we haven't had any since January, was it, Peter? December?
Yeah, so the coronavirus put a big damper on that.
Yeah. We're getting down to it now. We're going to have to get some more here.
So talk about that process a little bit when you go to choose the horses that are going to be in the program.
Okay, we go to Burns.
What's in Burns?
Pardon me?
What's in Burns?
Oh, Burns, I'm sorry. It's their, actually it's in Hines. It's the WildHorse corrals for BLM. And they, we kind of tell them what kind we want, and they bring in everything they have that kind of fits that age or whatever they have. If they don't have what we want, they bring in what they got that'll fit. And that gets pretty Western. They're running up and down the alley, and you're trying to look at them, trying to get a sense of temperament and all that. And then they put them through their lead up, and you can get a kind of good look. I mean, you can tell a lot in there, how nervous they are, how attentive, and that goes from there. And then if we want 6, we might pick out 8 or 10. And they put them in a pen, and we watch them move around. And a lot of times when they get out where you can get down ground level with them, yeah, you see some bad legs, you know, the confirmation that it's just really bad or something you don't like, and then we switch them down again to the last. Usually we get 6 at a time because that's what fits in our trailer. And we bring them here, and they're continue to be BLM horses. They're still under the supervision of the BLM when we've got them. We haven't adopted them or anything. They're just they're still BLM horses. Everything still follows all their rules and for care and all that. So
I guess my next question, I don't know where this will go in the video, but what can people expect when they get a horse from you guys?
it depends on what they want. We've had people. The lady just picked up her horse, went to Idaho Friday, and she didn't want it. We just started working with her and just barely getting to touch her a little bit on the nose, and she wanted to adopt him. She wanted to stop working with her because she wanted to do it. We've adopted them right from just be like going from the Burns corrals because somebody liked it when they saw them here, and we've adopted all the way up to horses that have been a lot of rides, worked cows branded on them, roped calves and stuff. They and then we're in between. We've adopted a lot of halter broke horses. See, people seem to like them, and they can work with them themselves and finish the process. We got a gentleman here came the other day that wants one, and we just started riding her, and he'd like her pretty soon. So it all varies. Try to get them so they're pretty trustworthy before we ever say that, and nothing's ever 100%. They all, I've gotten wrecks with old broke horses just because something happens, so you can't ever promise that, oh, this one's not going to hurt you, because there's a horse. They can. So.
All right, Osborne, talk about taking them to day work, or explain what day working is.
Day working is the ranchers in the valley. They don't have enough work to hire a full-time guy, so they just hire guys day to day. And so I'll take them, and they'll whatever they. Sometimes just moving cows across the desert. Sometimes it's moving cows in the valley. Sometimes it's working a few cows here and there. Just expose them to new things as much as we possibly can. A lot of them, cows scare them to death for a while until they get used to them. And it's good to, they get to see all sorts of new country. And I feel like a good long day of day working is worth 3 days in the arena. They really learn a lot out there.
So, if you're going to tell people when they take him home, what's the best thing to keep a good relationship with them? What would you tell them? What would the steps be that for people that go home with a horse that you would? What would your suggestions or advice be to those people?
Tell them anything really unless they ask, because people know how they want to treat the horses, and how. I have told some people that wanted to adopt a horse, but they didn't have any other horses, and they worried they needed a companion horse. And to me, that's the worst thing they can get is a companion horse, because then they buddy up with the horse and they forget about the people. If it's just the horse and you, a lot better bonding. I think if there's a bigger problem is some of these horses, people, if don't understand them, they will start being who's in charge. The horse will be in charge of you, and you won't get to be in charge of your horse. And that's just kind of all horses will do that to you if you're not the one that's in command.
So this is for both of you. You can take turns answering. When you started this, you probably had some preconceived notions of what it would be. But was there anything you've learned since you've started working with the wild horses in the Beaty Butte facility and the mission that they have that surprised you or that you didn't expect?
I wasn't here for the first, so by the time I got here, they'd kind of had a start and they kind of knew what they wanted. And I think the biggest eye opener I had is the social media has been our best outlet to let people know what we're doing and get people's interest and get the horses adopted. And so that's made me happy. And just how different the horses are. They taught me a whole lot about my preconceived notions about how I'm going to deal with a horse, because everyone's different, and so it's been interesting. The fact that so many people are interested is what maybe surprised me the most.
I just, how some of them get to be almost like a dog. They're so gentle in your back pocket constantly. That, that was surprising to me.
And that's kind of our goal, to get them to that point. And that goes a lot with just brains, our biggest training tool. That's our first deal we work with, is get them to like grain. And once they've got that, then everything else is okay. If I do I get some grain?
Yeah.
And then we've got one horse here that we've been riding her now a week or so or more, and she never liked grain when she came. She takes a bite now and then, and she still doesn't. I'm not sure why. And funniest thing about it is they don't know anything about it when they come. They've never had it. So you got to put them in one at a time with horses that are gentle, so they learn to eat the grain. Because as soon as they see the other horses eating it, then they think they need to try it. So, but anyway, that's kind of the point with this method. When they come, we have a pen where they go, and then we bring them one at a time, put them in with the gentle horses, and they get to see them in action. And that helps them, just seeing that, people aren't killing them, they're touching the other horses. It's amazing how they watch that, what's going on. And just all, like Pete said, all the little steps. And try not to push them too hard or bring them along too much. And kind of back to the day working thing. Anytime we get a chance to do that, we want to do that, because 4 to 6 hour day, moving cows, working cows, just being around other horses that they don't know, stuff happening that they've never seen before, which sometimes is just a big rock. If the ones that are born in the facility up there in Burns, it's funny, rocks scare them. And who would think, but anyway, it does. And brush touching their bellies, that's a big deal when you're riding them, and all those things. But anyway, 4 to 6 hour day of working, doing ranch work, is better than a whole week of trying to ride them in the arena. Kind of back to the training program, once we get them where we're riding them, maybe 3 days, 4 days in the round pen, 2 or 3, 4 days out in the arena. And once they'll turn, turning's a big thing. If you can get them to flex around and turn, you can do a lot with them. And stopping, and a little bit so they know you have control. Then we'll go outside, because you spend too much time in that arena and they get sour. To me, it's the worst thing you can do to them is work them too much in the arena or the round pen or anything. Just, they need to go out and be horses, get their ears ahead, just trot off with no pressure, no turning. And we've got a lot of country out east of us here. We can do that. Go for miles and not come to a fence. So, anything else, Pete?
Me and the horses both
Yeah.
get bored in the arena.
And me especially, yeah.
I guess I'd ask is if you
Lay down.
keep in touch with some of the people that adopt the horses.
I don't know, for the most part, we try to, yeah.
Do you have any anecdotes or stories about a success story of some of the horses that have been adopted?
I haven't had anybody complain, but most people complain to everybody else, not the person they need to.
Right.
So, just been a lot of good news, and I get some of the horses I get to see from time to time. I know the local people who have several of them here, and we get to see them doing stuff. That always makes me feel good. They're being used, and they're doing really well. A year ago this fall, we had at the Lakeview Memorial Day parade, we had, or Labor Day, I mean, we had several of the horses we adopted in that. That one was good to see.
Elena roping off of Dusty.
Yeah, that was always good.
Oh yeah, we got Dusty.
Yeah.
Another horse not interested in grain.
Oh, he's not?
That is not a motivator for Dusty.
Yeah, he kind of takes care of Elena pretty good, I think.
He is that way with horses.
And that's the kind of thing I've found with these Mustangs. They, once they get gentle and all that, they don't really change. They, and that's not all of them, of course, because every horse is different. But the ones I've had, my personal life, I've had 4 of them. They're the same horse if you ride them every month, or if you ride them 3 days a week, or they're kind of the same horse when you get back on. So I've always liked that about them.
That's interesting. One more question. Oh, so I found it interesting when I went through the adoption process that there's real specific boxes that have to be checked to take a horse.
Yeah, yeah. And that's kind of where, if you're doing it through the BLM website or through any other office besides our local office, there's a lot of restrictions. If you get your paper to us and we'll take it in, they're a little more relaxed on all of the fencing and all that, because here they get used to different fences. We have wire fence, so they're used to that, and they're not going to run and crash into things like you get a horse straight out of Burns or any of the other BLM facilities. So you can have a little different fences. And James, who approves them, he understands that. And I let him know what kind of, if they're wanting a horse that hasn't been touched, then I tell him this horse needs. And then he knows, he reacts accordingly. But it's still under their deal, and they're still a BLM horse for a year before you get authority to be able to sell them or do anything other than take care of them. And they're checked on from time to time.
Anything you guys want to add?
Not for me. I think that's pretty much everything.
I'm sure we'll do this again. So.
All right.